Hi, my name is Josh Udy. I'm the Curriculum Manager for Elementary Mathematics for Houston Independent School District. Today, you'll be viewing a video on division of a decimal by a whole number with quotients to the hundredths place. We have a Teacher Development Specialist, Tracy Fox, who will walk you through this division process using concrete models and a pictorial representation. In the concrete model, she'll use base 10 blocks with the flat representing the whole to show the quotient to the hundredths place. And in the pictorial model, she'll be using a grid from our Texas Go Math resource to show you how to represent this division process pictorially.
In this video, we are going to model division of a decimal by a whole number with a quotient to the hundredths place using base 10 blocks and a pictorial model. Before we begin, we need to identify the base 10 blocks that we will be using. We will be using a flat to represent the whole. We will be using a long to represent a tenth. And we will be using a unit to represent 1/100th. We're going to begin by reading our problem. Mandy has 1 3/10 yards of ribbon. Mandy cut the ribbon into 5 equal pieces. In yards, how long is each piece of ribbon? We need to begin by building our model of Mandy's 1 3/10 yards of ribbon. We will use one flat to represent 1 yard of ribbon. And we will be using 3 longs to represent the 3/10 yards of ribbon that Mandy has. Mandy cut the ribbon into 5 equal pieces. I know that this flat represents 1 whole yard of ribbon. In order to divide this into 5 equal pieces, I will need to decompose the flat into 10 longs. Students are able to see that we have 10 tenths. They will be able to equally divide 2 tenths into each of the 5 groups. Students see that they have 3 tenths that they still need to divide equally into 5 groups. At this point, they will need to decompose 3 tenths into 30 hundredths. At this point, you may see students dividing these hundredths individually or in different groups. However, as they develop the computational fluency, they will be able to move these 6 tenths at a time. That's 6 hundredths, another group of 6 hundredths, a third group of 6 hundredths, a fourth group of 6 hundredths, and a fifth group of 6 hundredths. At this point, we can see that each piece of Mandy's ribbon is 26 hundredths yards long. From our concrete model, we will move into a pictorial representation. After we build our concrete model, we want students to be able to represent their model pictorially. As you can see, our model is already pre-shaded to represent the 1 whole yard of ribbon that Mandy had. This 1 yard of ribbon is the same as 10 tenths. We have also represented the 3/10 of a yard of ribbon that Mandy has. So altogether we have 13 tenths. Students will be able to divide their 10 tenths into 5 equal groups. This is 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths, and 2 tenths. The 2 tenths in the 5 groups was divided from the 1 whole. Students are now left with 3 tenths to divide equally. Students from the concrete model now know that 3 tenths is equivalent to 30 hundredths. 30 hundredths can be divided into each of the 5 groups equally as 6 hundredths. This is 6 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 6 hundredths, and 6 hundredths. Students are now left with 3/10 of a yard of ribbon. They now know that 3/10 of a yard of ribbon is equivalent to 30 hundredths. They can divide the 30 hundredths into 5 equal groups of 6 hundredths. As you can see, this is represented in our model below. At this point, students are now able to answer the question, in yards, how long is each piece of the ribbon? Each piece of the ribbon is 26 hundredths yards long. Today we have represented the concrete and pictorial models of division of a decimal by a whole number with a quotient to the hundredths place.